Greetings.
A witcher from the School of the Wolf, here in Tucson. Greetings. I'm the
Greetings.
Geralt of Rivia. Seem pretty enthused. Got a job for me?
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an armorer, see, and I've for years sought diagrams for witcher armor of exceptional quality, Grandmaster level.
Heard of them?
Uh-huh.
Seen any though? Thought they were lost.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Tucson. Alas, they then perished, but I know where. I just need a partner to help me retrieve them.
If you know where to look, why not get them yourself?
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer? Besides, who would serve my clients while I romped about seeking them? No, I rather leave it to someone familiar with such matters. Bring me the diagrams, and from them I'll forge for you whatever you fancy.
Alright, so how did these diagrams wind up in Tucson?
All these diagrams somehow wound up in Tucson? How is that even possible?
Tucson was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him to forge their plate, their mail.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the best.
And thus he charged a king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagrams they carried were left to rot with their earthly remains.
Got it. Fine.
Right.
Find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look for their remains?
As it happens, I learned my trade at Jensail's side. So I heard the stories of the missing witches firsthand. What he told me, well, that is what discouraged me from seeking the diagrams out myself. We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you've found the diagrams, you will let me draft a copy.
Alright, so how did you end up an apprentice to an elf?
This elven master. How'd he end up taking a human for an apprentice?
My father forged armor. As a youngster, I helped him, then began forging my own pieces. Master Tiensail saw my work and offered to take me on as his apprentice. Only now, years on, do I realize the honor that was. Alas, my master perished in a massacre later, slain by racists. Though he taught me everything he knew, I did not manage to complete the guild's requirements for Grand Master while he lived. I know I have no equal in the trade. Yet, until I complete Witcher armor of Grandmaster quality, I shall never be certain I've become my teacher's equal.
Alright, tell me about the diagrams. Where to look for them?
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore. Which should I start with?
Wolf?
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Aton. I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe, yet well-paid contract. A few years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Tucson from Castel Gropian. They questioned my master about the elfin ruins at Termes. He warned them of the danger there and recommended they take Aton as an escort.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes. I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and the Witcher disappeared without a trace.
And the griffin?
The griffin. What can you tell me about him?
He came some 200 years ago, but my master remembered him well. This Witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see, as his colleagues were. He had taken on a contract at Fort Usa and required better gear. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently he rode off one night from the fort, never to return.
Any idea where he went?
No, it said he left in a rush, so he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usa, but you may wish to search them.
Alright, and the cat?
Let's talk about the cat.
A year ago, Bartolome Delaunay, the ducal armorer, asked me to confirm the authenticity of a Witcher diagram he had received by messenger. You see, at the time he was working on new armor for the ducal guard. A Witcher from the School of the Cat offered to sell him diagrams for a full set of gear. The diagrams would have been helpful indeed.
The diagram you saw, was it really a Witcher diagram?
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame Delaunay didn't let me draft a copy. He was quite shaken up, afraid the Witcher might simply kill him and take his coin. Possibly a well-founded fear. Soon after, Delaunay disappeared without a trace. I would have searched his former home for clues, but it has fallen into disrepair, and it is simply too dangerous there.
Okay, and the bear?
Tell me more about the bear, can you?
He appeared shortly after Master Tiensail took me on as his apprentice. I remember the bear-head medallion that hung from his neck. I remember a towering Witcher who haggled like a fishwife.
Witchers never have too much coin.
True, this one clearly was not wealthy. But he pledged to bring us coin after he completed a contract at the Corvo Vineyard, where a building had just collapsed. Time passed. The bear never showed, and my master sent me to the Corvo estate. As it turned out, the Witcher had indeed accepted a job. Yet that was all they heard of him, and that is all I know.
And the Manticore?
School of the Manticore. Probably know the least about it. Though once, long ago, wore some armor forged there.
My master said the Manticores have their fortress in the Far East. A century passed, one of their number came to him, a Witcher named Merton. He made a poor impression on my master. He stank like a dwarfen still, and quarreled fiercely all the time. Tiensail slammed the door in his face and told him to return when he sobered up. He would conduct no business with a drunk. The Witcher, however, failed to return. Folk say he got into a booze-fueled brawl with the ducal guard. He was arrested and sentenced. Bastoy prison, where he was held, well, it's been a ruin for years. Still, you may want to start your search there.
Alright, I guess so. Farewell.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path. Greetings. I hope your search goes well.
It has. I found something already.
Managed to find something already.
Wonderful. I shall draft a copy. This is good. This at last will earn me the title of Grandmaster. I thank you, Witcher.
Alright. You're welcome. Farewell.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Please disperse. The exhibition is closed.
What's this about?
Oh, Lapiote, give me strength. I can't bear this, please. I believe I've been clear. No presentation today.
Alright.
Oh, wait. Are you not that famous Witcher, Geralt of Rivia? I believe
What?
I have work for you.
Saw your notes. Mentioned a monument?
The matter is a delicate one, but mind you, I pay well. Alas, I can say no more at this stage. Interested?
What's this about? Just tell me.
The statue. Just tell me, what's the problem?
A picture's worth 1,000 words. More, I dare say. Come with me. I'll show you. Here it is. Our pride and joy, Reginald Dalbury. A giant among lovers. A poking, puncturing swordsman, and atop all that, an unrifled tittler of harps and other organs.
So what's wrong with it?
How should I put this? It's lost its jewels.
Oh.
Somebody stole the testicles off a statue.
Huh.
Ordinary statue, mind you. The sole
Right.
ornament made using a cast of the great Reginald's own genitals, certified and authenticated. Sprung directly from his loins, they grant all who stroke them unparalleled virility. All who buy a ticket, that is, thus,
Is that so?
must retrieve those stones.
Tell me what you know about Reginald.
Got my attention. Now tell me about this Reginald, all you know.
There's so much to tell. Legend has it he and the architect Faramond planned and laid out Beauclair.
Impressed already?
In particular, Reginald took great pains to devise escape routes for lovers caught with their pants down. Literally and metaphorically. He later made
Right.
frequent use of them himself. Not out of fear, mind you, but to avoid having to kill his rifles in duels.
Oh, sure. Any suspects?
Got any suspects?
Considering the vast potency of Reginald's prized pouch, everyone's a suspect. Who would not want it for himself?
Well, me, for starters. And when did they disappear?
Any idea when the theft took place?
It must have been mere hours ago.
Oh,
Guided the last group through the exposition quite recently. Stones were very much in place.
well, if you don't mind, I need to take a look around.
Need to look around. Might find a clue or two.
Do what you must, as long as you return grasping Reginald's stones. Without them, Beauclair's entire tourist sector faces trying times. Trying times.
Right, I understand. Let's see here.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this.
Huh. Would you call it professional work, then?
Dried
Does that
bloodstain.
Oh. Bloodstain. Now, I'm pretty sure statues don't bleed. Well, except for that one time when, well, that's another story.
Piece of coat fabric caught on the nail.
Oh.
Heavy on cologne. Smell it'll lead me to the thief. Scent leads to this door.
Huh. There's grunting. It's peculiar. What's he doing with his stones?
Ooh. Sorry to interrupt, I
Greetings, sir. What's going on here?
This is not what it seems. Word of honor. I tripped, rolled, tumbled, and landed where she already lay.
Right.
That's not him.
I swear, this is all an unfortunate coincidence, a series thereof. What?
That's not my husband.
No.
You mean, not your husband?
No, I'm not her husband.
And why are you in my home? Out!
Oh.
Now, or I'll summon the guards.
Someone's perked up. Hey, I just want to talk, alright?
Calm down. Just here to talk.
I believe we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, we do.
I believe we do.
Just to kick things off, you're in great form for a man your age.
I eat well, start the day with a glass of wine. That preserves the body wonderfully.
Yeah, I hear it's good for your heart. But that's not the point.
Ever heard of Reginald Dalbury? His statue?
Uh-huh.
Everyone in the city's heard of it. Reginald's a paragon, a national hero.
A hero, you say?
That's so. You seem well informed, Hughes. Maybe you know who stole Reginald's testicles.
I can explain everything. This
Now, what would the people say to the person who stole the testicles of a great hero?
Oh no, not him too. This really is not my day.
Got you, you rogue! Prepare for a shellacking, scallop! What the laugh's this?
Greetings.
Rosalinda! One, I could forgive you, but two at one time!
Wait, got nothing to do with this.
Take me for a fool?
Yes.
Teach you to fish in another man's pond!
Go home, man. I don't have time for you.
For this.
Exactly.
Go home.
Yes, that could be best. I'm done here.
Good lad. So,
Don't know you, but that would have gone horribly for me had you not intervened. I thank you for saving my skin.
I was saving his.
So, time to talk.
Yeah.
Rosalinda, my dove, please allow us a moment. All right. I admit I stole the stones, and you will never believe it, but they work. Today, Rosalinda and I will 3 times and counting.
3 times? Impressive.
Isn't it?
But for how long, though? Are we talking like 10-second bursts or
Decade.
30-minute wonders?
You stole those stones and you gotta return them.
Listen, perhaps we might strike a deal. Let me keep the stones. I'll pay you. Grant me this, I beg you. They've made me young again.
No, man, I'm sorry. Your times of being young has since long gone. Alright? It's time to accept that you're not young anymore. So,
No chance.
hand them over, please.
Take the stones, pure and simple.
But if you were to leave them with me for a day or two, 3 at the most.
Shit out of luck. Sorry.
Then you'll just get addicted.
At the days,
You won't let them go.
it's good I had a chance to use them at all.
Exactly. Consider yourself lucky.
Thanks. And good luck. Actually think you'll do just fine without them.
Excuse me. Goodness gracious, gray balls of granite.
Well,
Greetings.
have you recovered Reginald's family jewels?
Yep.
Indeed I did.
Lepiota's luscious lips, it's them! It's really them! I hope
Yep.
this modest reward nonetheless conveys the extent of my gratitude. And look in on us tomorrow for the grand reopening. You shall stock Reginald at no charge on the house.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco.
Okay.
I previously
What does that
served
mean?
with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great.
Alright.
I already see I'm in good hands.
So, this place, tell me more about it.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. And about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say
Right.
he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Beaulius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Beaulius.
Indeed. Well, you mind showing me around the vineyard?
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
Alright.
Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Go on then.
Major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of majordomos. My father was a majordomo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt.
Is that so?
That woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in
Right.
Clare, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to majordomo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Intriguing.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Alright.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Sure.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Yeah.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a
What?
strain of Carfanere, one of the
that-
world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Yeah. The old wine de Riviere, you know what I'm saying? Wait, no. The wine, what do you call it again? What?
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Beaulius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Beaulius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Of course he did.
Monsieur Beaulius, his wife Nina, kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Yeah, I guess so. And what's this little thing here? Is this a greenhouse or is this a little...
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Oh yeah?
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
And
cellars,
this?
Voila.
What's this?
During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True.
Sure.
Could use a bit of subtle paint.
Yeah.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that,
Yep.
sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. If, forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service.
Think I'll take you up on that.
Alright.
Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Think we can do some renovating?
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Well, first of all, the house itself, I think.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only
Alright.
did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
Yeah. Give her a good sprucing up.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to
Shine
work
bright like a
immediately.
diamond.
Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state.
Alright.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Some work on the house, maybe?
Feels like by investing a bit of coin, I could make the house more functional.
I agree. Yet I would urge you to hold off on further construction until the ongoing work is done. Juggling can be a challenging art. It's best not to undertake too much at once.
Alright, fair enough. Then let's work on the grounds.
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more... useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should.
Alright.
I see things. Given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
Sure. Let's start with a grindstone.
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Alright. Order me a grindstone then.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow.
Alright.
Will you be needing anything
Tomorrow it is then.
else, sir?
An armor table as well?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Alright, go on then.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
I guess that's it for the grounds now. No, so long.
That's all for now, BB. Thanks.
Thank you, baby.